welcome to So Many Whatnots. I'm Willow, and this is my channel where I talk about my sewing and quilting. I'm a quilter from South Central Pennsylvania, and this is episode, I believe, 9. Episode 9. Today is Monday, December 22nd. It's almost Christmas. Yay! So I don't have a whole lot for today. This week, as I mentioned last week, was just getting Georgetown finished. And I did. I made it. I got it finished. It went to its new home yesterday, and they loved it. So, yay, that's a win. So I guess I don't really have a whole lot for updates either. Yesterday, I hardly sewed at all. The day before, I did no sewing. So I sewed the patch on the quilt. So there's that. And yesterday, I did do a teeny tiny bit, which I'll talk about in a few minutes. But in the overall scheme of things and how often I sew, I can basically say I didn't sew this weekend, even though I did a little tiny bit. So, let's see here. Yeah, so I took 2 days off. So I finished Georgetown Friday. Friday is when I think I finished it. I can't remember. But I'll pop a photo up and maybe do a little video about it. Okay, so next week I will not have a video. December 29th, no video. It is possible I may do something, but just figure there's no video, and if one pops up, bonus. So my next video will be January 5th, and that will be my next quilt vlog that I do every Monday. The Farmer's Wife. This video, I will have a prep video up on January 7th, and then I will have uploads on Wednesdays for the blocks, and I'm aiming for 2 to 3 blocks per week depending on difficulty and time. Some of them take up to 5 hours. I did have somebody ask if I will be hand piecing or English paper piecing. This one, I'm going to do all hand piecing. Yeah. I have like 1 English paper piecing project. No, 2. I have kind of 2 going right now. And there are some others I would like to do, but this isn't one. I want to hand piece this. Let's see. So that's kind of all the updates I have for the channel. And I don't really have any personal updates. So yeah. Georgetown's finished, guys. That's kind of amazing, to be honest, that I was able to get that done. And then my lovely son, who is 6 foot, came home and stood on a stool outside and held my quilt up. Well, it's not mine anymore. Held the Georgetown quilt up so I could take some pictures outside. And those turned out really nice. So I will put one of those up. Okay, so next. Sorry, my notes are a little like not organized this week. So I'm kind of having to like read a little bit of what I'm doing here. Okay. And that's, I mean, literally all I did was quilt this week. So, My notes are just not like they normally are. Okay, so next is the saltwater sampler that I'm not going to pull out because I showed it last week and it's in a bag all nicely folded. The saltwater sampler, I made this one for a gift, and the quilt top is finished. But again, I had no time this week to work on it, and then I just needed a couple days off after doing some 8-hour days of quilting, which if you hand quilt, you know, your hands, yeah, I was very sore. I needed a minute. So I took a minute. I took a weekend. So anyways, the saltwater sampler with the Laguna Sunrise. So today I have to go wrap presents that I have stored at my parents' house and bring those home. I had everything shipped there. It's just, you know, some stuff won't come. They'll come in like the regular box that they come in. So I had everything just shipped there, so the boys wouldn't see what they're getting. So I have to go wrap presents and bring those home and put those under the tree today. And then my mom bought me a wide ironing board for Christmas. I haven't seen it yet, but I will be bringing that home today also. So no more trying to shove a mat underneath a quilt on the dining room table and, you know, ironing this tiny section at once. It's not fun, guys. So in Nebraska, I had an ironing board, and, you know, when we moved, it was like, well, we brought a tiny U-Haul behind and pulled it with our truck because like all our stuff was just really old and worn out, and it was like, we're moving across country. Do we really want to rent a massive U-Haul for decade-old furniture that's been through 2 toddlers, 3 dogs, and a bunch of cats? Like, yeah, no, not really. And I am also like not a person who buys fancy furniture. I don't buy really expensive furniture. My house looks like it's been pieced together by a thrift shop, which it actually, some of it is thrifted. My mom loves this one little thrift store. And so she'll like be like, oh, look, I found this. This would be good here. And then I have a lot of like her old stuff, some of my grandma's old stuff, that I don't know why my mom was saving it, but I have some of that. And then, oh, let's see, stuff from my sister-in-law, aunt, and stuff from her mom. I have furniture that was bought for me in like when I was in like 8th grade. And when I moved to Nebraska, I said, well, I'm not taking this whole bedroom set. So I gave it to my brother, who's a decade younger than me. And now it's starting to come back to me in pieces. So like my son has the headboard to that set now. So yeah. So my house is just a mishmash, and I don't know where I was going with this. My mind is on Christmas and has just completely left the building. So somehow, what was I talking about? Oh, the ironing board. I don't know how I got on furniture from that. Okay. Wow. It's going to be one of those episodes. Okay. So I'm getting an ironing board for Christmas, and it's a wide one. And she had asked if I wanted a regular one or an extra wide. And I was like, oh, well, for quilting, a wide one would be great because I don't iron anything else. I just don't. I'm a millennial or zennial, and you know, we don't iron things. Let's see. So I am pretty busy today. And I will do a little quilting on another project I'm working on. So I will baste it, iron it, sandwich it, and baste it probably tomorrow and Wednesday. I think is Wednesday, Christmas Eve, I think. So I'll baste that. And then I have decided to do big stitch quilting on that. These blocks are huge. You can see it's a 3x4. And I think it's like 90. Let me look real quick. It's really big. And the blocks are like 18. I think they're like 18 inches. Let me look. If I can find it real quick. Okay, so the finished blocks are 18 and a half, and then the finished quilt, because I can't do math in my head, which is so funny because my one son, actually both of them can do hard math in their head, and I'm over here like counting on my fingers still. Oh, okay. Quilt center should measure 66 and a half by 87 and a half. I really feel like it was bigger than that. Oh, well, there were more borders. Yeah, okay. So that's the measurement before the borders and blah, blah, blah. It was like, it was big by big. So, yeah. I'll be doing some big stitch quilting on that. And I have, let's see. I had accidentally bought some Aurifil 12. And I think that's, sorry, there we go. I think it's going to work really good because it's a lot thicker. It's thicker than what I would use for regular quilting, which is a 40 weight is usually what I use. So, you know, I think this will work fine. If it doesn't, I have a ton of embroidery thread I can use. Like a ton. And in those colors too, because I like making those friendship bracelets sometimes. And so once I had just bought a ton of embroidery thread to make friendship bracelets. So yeah, so I'll be using this with that. Put that there. Check time. Boy, I am just rambling today. So we have talked about Farmer's Wife, Georgetown, Saltwater Sampler, and now I'm going to talk about a few things that I got on Monday last week that did not come in time for the video. And I have my last shopping package coming today, which of course, like I said last week, my packages always seem to come on Mondays. And you won't see that today because I won't have any time to add it in if it does come. So what I got, I will tell you what I got in that, and then I may add that in my first video on the 5th, and I may not. So for that, I did another bundle with Missouri Star, and I got some rulers that were heavily discounted because you can never have too many rulers. And I can't remember which ones I got, but I think I got like a 10-inch square, and I want to say maybe a 2-inch or a 2.5-inch by 8, because it's always nice to have those smaller rulers, especially where I hand piece and I do a lot of marking on pieces. It's nice to have those because you can just have like a thick book. Like this is not a thick book, but you can have a book, you know, and put your pieces on top and then, you know, mark, and you don't have to go to a table. So You guys know I have some rough days, so it's nice to be able to just sit on the couch, and it's hard to do that with a big ruler, obviously. So I like my small rulers for stuff like that. Which I lost one of them. I don't know how I lost it, but somewhere between my little sewing room here and the downstairs where, my couch is, I lost one. Um, and it's my flying geese ruler. So it's kind of an important one to me. Oh well, I'll find it. It's here somewhere. The house is a mess because Christmas, and we don't have guests come over for the holidays. We go to my sister's. So cleaning is not my priority right now. Okay, so let's look at what I got last week that I got Fat Quarter Shop. And this is still stuff coming in from the Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales, because they just kept running more sales. And, I have done a lot of shopping recently, and I don't do this much normally. Normally I get an idea for a quilt, I buy the fabric, I make the quilt, or I make part of the quilt, get distracted, work on something else, but I typically don't buy this much stuff. Like, you're not going to see all these acquisition things during the year nearly as much unless there's a big sale or I find something absolutely amazing that I have to have, which happens. But guys, this is like, it's on sale, so I have to get it now because I don't want to pay full price if I don't have to. Okay. Let's see what I have in here, and it's not a whole lot, which is good. Okay. Oh. Okay, so I'm probably not going to dig it out, but the French General fabrics that I showed, I want to say 2 weeks ago. I want to say episode 7, where maybe, I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and watch. I got French General fabrics, and, well, let me just see if I can find them real quick. I do. I kind of kept everything in a box until my little 2-week break so I can organize everything. Okay, so this was the panel, and it's an embroidery panel for red work. And then I had gotten jelly rolls. It's really pretty fabric. And so I have 2 jelly rolls at the panel, and this is called French General. And then I figured I would end up needing border fabric, binding fabric. So I think I got a yard of this, and also a yard of that one. I think it's a yard. Anyway, so I got those for borders or binding or something, but I knew I would need something. And these are so pretty. Like, I don't know. I think I was just worried they would sell out like so fast that I wouldn't be able to get the fabric or, something like that. So, I got that. And the sunbonnet. Okay. So yeah, the sunbonnet. I decided to keep going with my cathedral windows after deciding to rip it all out, which I never did. I was going to change it to 30s prints. And now I'm deciding to keep it. So, but I'm also doing like an actual sunbonnet Sue like applique thing eventually. And so I had cut up some of my squares. So I needed a couple more. So I got 2. And If I have too much, that's okay. It'll go in my applique quilt or scraps, or I'll use them. These will get used. These are, guys, I just love these. I love these so much. They're so cute. Let me show you. I'm kind of everywhere today. I think I've showed this quite a few times, but this is my cathedral windows. And so, yeah, so I'm gonna keep going with this. I found it was like a little washed out, like, because the colors are so light, but it is pretty and I do love it. So we're just gonna keep talking about this like constantly because I'm back and forth so much with it. Okay, and then I had gotten some free gifts with some of the shopping, and this was one of them. Was this little six fat quarter bundle of Rosemary's Cottage. And so I got a layer cake because it was on sale. So now I have a layer cake. I wasn't sure what to do with 6. And I'm not like a pillow person or a wall hanging person, table runners. Like, I don't typically do those things. I have, but I prefer just to make big quilts. Like, that's my thing, big quilts. And every now and then some teddy bears or something. And so I wasn't sure. So I just, I got some extra. So there's only 6 in here. So I kind of want to look at these. Oh, how to slice a layer cake. Oh, that's cute. On the back it says how to slice a layer cake. Huh. I just got what I need. All right. Oh yeah, these are really pretty. Okay. I don't typically buy layer cakes. Oh wow, am I having trouble or what here? Okay. And I don't mind opening it, even though it will go back the way it came. Well, maybe I'll just fold it up. Okay, let's look at these because I have not seen the whole collection yet. Oh, those are nice. 2 of those. I love that. How cute is that? These are really pretty and the colors are so cool. Blues and peaches. Oh, wow, that one, that'll make your eyes go wonky. Those are hard for me to cut. There was it a stripe? There was a stripe in the, oh, it was that gray stripe in the saltwater sampler. And dude, my eyes went like, whew. Oh, this is so pretty. Oh, I love this. Oh, so cute. Trying to go through it fairly quickly, but there's so many. That is really pretty. I like that one. Let's see if I can get centered more here. My light is a little off today. Whoops, we got an oops in here. Maybe that's why it was on sale. These are the same here. Oh, I really like these. Oh, I love that one. I think I got a fat quarter in this. Trying to go a little faster. Oh, I'm so excited to work with these. I don't have a plan for this yet, but they're really, really pretty. So I will figure something out for this. And I think I know someone who would really like these colors. And so I will have to figure out a pattern that would be good for this. So if anyone can think of a pattern. Oh, there's another. Oops. I'm not complaining because it's either extra or, you know, it was crazy on sale. So, and I'm not going to sit here and count them up. And that is pretty. That is a pretty brown. I like browns. All right. These are really cool. I'm very happy with this. Very happy. So those will go good with these. Oh, I did get one. Okay, there it is. But I think it was in the blue. Whatever. Okay. Oh my goodness. I wore black today. I got all the fuzzies going on here. Let's see. I'm kind of out of space here. All right. Okay, so that's acquisitions. So now I just want to talk about a couple other random things. I guess I kind of want to start with my plans for 2026. And by plans, I mean things that I think right now in December that I'm going to do in 2026, which, yeah, that never happens. It never happens. Okay, so I obviously want to finish Bear Paw and I want to finish Cathedral Windows. Now I showed you Cathedral Windows and Bear Paw, well, there's one. Oh no, I'm dropping things. There's one right there. And like I said, I didn't do much sewing this weekend, but I did get 1, 2, and 3 put together. And this one's funny because this one, so it's going the wrong direction, but I also really don't care. I don't care. Number 1, it's for me. Number 2, nobody's going to notice. Anyways, so these were pretty much finished. You can tell by the back, like, what's ironed down and what's not. I literally just had to do these 2 seams here on all 3 blocks. So I just pieced them together and I don't know, maybe an hour. I don't count. I sit here and sew and watch YouTube videos or listen to a book. So I don't know how long it took me, but I got 3 of these done. So I basically have almost half of the blocks done. Almost half, because I have, if I split them in half, I had 2 that was on the other half, if that makes no sense, but so I'm almost halfway through Bear Paw, just, you know, making the blocks, and I'm hand piecing that. Cathedral Windows is hand pieced. Okay, and then the Farmer's Wife quilt. And then I would like to make 1 donation quilt and at least 1 gift quilt. And those are probably going to be machine pieced and hand quilted. And then the French General embroidery quilt, I would like to work on, not necessarily finish, but I would like to start it in 2026. And the, do you remember this? my little garden friends, the yellow tin, it's downstairs right now, so I don't have it to show you, but I had started these and I finished one. This was the second one, and then I had to go into high gear on Georgetown, so this is literally, I think, exactly how I showed it to you last time. Maybe there might be a tiny bit more on it. And so the Garden Friends has a ton of embroidery, and so I would like to work more on that also. Let's see. Oh my goodness, sorry. I keep knocking the camera or the desk, and the camera's on it. Okay, and then I would like to finish quilting Lattice. This is Lattice. And I lied. I worked a little bit on this last night. Let's see. I think it was this square here I quilted. I didn't do much. And you can see I'm just maybe you can see I'm just doing a quick outlining, and it's not the greatest outlining. And I'm only doing in the white. So this is a really fun quilt. I did pin based. Usually I thread based, but I didn't feel like it, so I pin basted. I'm not gonna get up to show you the whole thing. Sorry. I'm so tired. I was so tired. My kids went to a family of my late husband, a family gathering in, oh my gosh, like almost to Delaware. It was almost like I would say like almost a 2-hour drive, and they went there last night, and they didn't get home till, oh my gosh, after midnight, I think, somewhere around midnight. I go to bed at 9, okay, but when your kids are not home and they're driving, you stay up because that's what you do. So I'm tired today, but there we go. Oh yeah, so Georgetown was made for their aunt, who has their aunt and uncle who have just been like so super helpful, and just really took the boys on, like they're almost like a second set of grandparents to them. So, you know, it's pretty cool. So that's who I made Georgetown for. And I never said why I used the light batting, the low loft, and it's because they spend a lot of time in Florida, and so I wanted something they could use here and in Florida. So anyways, back to Lattice. I love this quilt. It's so cute. And I'll show you the pattern because I have it out this time. I think I showed this in my very first video. Oh. The fuzzies. There's so many fuzzies in here today. Okay. So this fuzzies. Okay, this is a Quilting Life Designs by Sherry McConnell. And I feel like this might be an older pattern. No, 2020. I'm just so used to, you know, her and Chelsea having such bright fabrics. And the ones on this pattern aren't bright at all. Like, they're not bright. So, anyways, the pattern for Lattice. A fat quarter quilt, which is always good. And it's just a bunch of churn dashes. And then my little quilt shop, they also include this. And they make these kits. Okay, so this was a kit. And oh, Balboa collection is what's on the pattern. Okay, so anyways, then they make their own kits. And so this fabric is not by Sherry and Chelsea. This is, gosh, I wrote it down somewhere, and oh, Happy Day Farm. I forget who it's by. I know I put it in the first video. So it was a really fun one, but it was also just very fast. Like I just did it super fast. So my points are terrible. I machine quilted it. It was just like, I want to make a quilt. Let's make a quilt and let's not care how it gets done because it's for us. So anyways, I did say in that first video, I would show the panel that came with it. Let's see if I can get the whole thing in frame, maybe. Anyway, super cute. It would make a great little table runner or something. Again, I don't really make table runners. Although it is possible that I could. It's also possible somebody's at my door. Hold on, please. Okay, guys, sorry about that. My dad stopped by with my ironing board. Yay. So that's exciting. That also means if I get everything finished that I need to get done today, I could potentially start sandwiching today, but I doubt that'll happen. So yeah, I think I was talking about Lattice. So little kit. I forget where I was, sorry. Anyways. Okay, so that is, I think, my plans for 2026 and quilting Lattice. Oh, I'm almost halfway finished quilting that one because I had started it before Georgetown. I don't remember which one I made first as far as piecing. I would have to go like back through my photos and look, but they were around the same time. So I did a little bit of quilting on that and took a break. Okay, so there's just a couple things left. A couple things left to talk about. I got a jar of these from Amazon. Guys, these are like, they work just as well as the really expensive ones. And there was like 100 of these, and it was, I don't know, I want to say it was like under $10. And you used to pay $10 for like 5 clips. I mean, it was just ridiculous. Anyways, these work just as well, and they are way cheaper. Okay, so this is not an acquisition, and this does not have a plan, but I had bought this a while ago, and it's super cute. It is called Pause and Play by Ari Cami for Figo Fabrics. Figo? Never heard of it. But they're super cute, and I don't know what to do with them. But I wanted to show you guys because I love cats. Obviously, I have a few. So I just want to show these because I think they're really pretty, and I would like to find a project to make with them. So there's that. And these I had originally picked up to be journal covers, because I make journals also, literally making like books, you know. Look, that's so cute. And I'll have to fold these really nice later, but and then I just didn't do anything really with the journals, and so I think these will end up being a quilt. And I never looked at them really closely, but these have little fish on them. Oh my gosh, how cute is that? And so I love cats, and I'm trying to think like who else would love cats and these colors, and maybe put them in a quilt. That's just a cute little something there. Not really sure what that is. Just a little doodad. This one has paws. They're super cute. The color, let's see, is just not showing up well. This is more of a yellowy green, and on camera it kind of looks brown, like a muddy. It's not muddy. I don't know what color, like a mustardy lime. Actually, it's an odd color. Super cute. And then I love this one. And cats, because cats. Anyway, so I have those. I have no idea what to do with them. But I have them. So we'll see what to do with that. And I have no idea. So they're just gonna sit for a while. I had bought them months and months ago, and it was just a little fat quarter bundle from Fat Quarter Shop. They do like these mini bundles where you get like 10 or 12 fat quarters. And that was one of them. And I don't think you can get that fabric anymore either, at least not from there. So I may do some searching around, or I may just find something that goes with it. Oh, actually, I may have something that goes kind of with it. Anyways, so the next thing I want to talk about is some scraps. And okay, so the saltwater sampler, it's a great pattern. Okay, it's a wonderful pattern. It's very beginner friendly, but look at all these, so many triangles. Okay, these were all cut off. And I want to say, I don't even remember. Was it all from the, I think it was from a little bit of everything, but they're just, guys, what do I do with these? That is so much fabric. Like, I am not happy. And I wish I had read the pattern better, because I would have not have done this. And I would have had much bigger chunks to work with. But now I have a plethora of triangles. So, yeah. I mean, the book is called Back to Basics. So, of course, they're going to make it the easiest way possible to make the pattern. But I feel like this is such a waste of fabric. Unless you're a scrap quilter and you save all of this. And I feel like a lot of people would probably just take this and throw them out. So they're, about this size, which is a hair. I don't have a ruler on me right now. So I could sew them together and make a bunch of, triangles, half square triangles. I think I may cut some squares out and use them in my 9-patch quilt. But there's so many that I won't use a whole ton of them for that. Or maybe I will. I don't really know. There's just so many. There's so many, guys. So right now, I think the plan is to cut them down if I can get 1.5 inches. I don't know if I can get 1.5 inches out of these, actually. Ooh, it'd be really close. I don't know if I can use these for my 9-patch. I think I cut those to 1.5 inches, and then they come out 1 inch. And so they're 3x3 9-patch squares, 3x3. And I would have showed that in my second video. And again, that is downstairs at the moment. And I'm probably just not going to run downstairs to grab them. But I'll try to put a photo up if I can find one. So I don't know, guys. If I can't cut these down to 1.5 inches square, what would you do with them? I mean, there's so many. I don't know. I don't know. What do you do? I can't throw this out. I mean, look how much fabric is there. It's so much. And it's got like every fabric from the collection. So there's that. And oh gosh, I think that's all I have to talk about today. Oh, on my 2026 plans, I forgot to add, I need to write that down. My son's puff quilt. Oh my goodness. Let me write puff quilt. That is actually the first thing I will be working on with the, along with the farmer's wife. So I'll be working on the farmer's wife, obviously. And then I will be finishing the puff quilt. And I will probably be working on bear paw. I'm trying to think. So I think those three are kind of, oh, and lattice, quilting lattice. So I think those three are, four are kind of like what I'll be working on in January. So you should see more of those. Let's see where I am for time. Okay, so maybe 45 minutes-ish. And there goes my dog barking. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much all I have. I do kind of want to share something I was doing this weekend on my sewing break. I've recently gotten like really back into studying the Bible, and so I have this, and you know, if you guys aren't interested in this, that's fine. You can end the video. But if you want to stick around and see what I've been doing with that, that's cool. This is just like a personal thing. So all the sewing stuff's done. So I have this ESV Bible, which is the translation I really like. And I have been just going through and copying my notes from my last one. And so this is a journaling Bible interleaved in edition by Crossway. Okay. And then, so I'm not really like doing a specific study right now. I am going through the Psalms, but right now I'm just copying my notes, and some of you may like this and some of you may not like this, but I write a lot. And so these are all my notes from like my studies, and I use multiple sources to study, and I just take notes. So like you can see really well, like in here, there's a blank page to write on. And then the text. So I am just right now going through and copying all my notes from, let's see, Genesis. I'm in Exodus right now. And then I also have Joshua. And it's something that I love doing. So I love books and annotating. So like this is normal to me. When I read books, I'm always tabbing them and writing in them. And so like, to me, this is no big deal. Some people might be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you write in your Bible. How dare you? And I'm over here like, I can better understand it and keep track of my notes. Like if I wrote in a notebook, I'd lose it. It would just not be good. But you know, with this, I can just like, I can keep everything here. I can add notes that says research this more. And then I have like different colors and different, just all kinds of different stuff. So anyways, that's what I've been doing. I've been copying notes from old one into my new one. And I'm halfway through Exodus right now. And then I do have, yeah, I have Joshua done. I have like one of the Psalms, just the first Psalm, because like I've been listening to a Psalm study. And so I'm on like the 8th one of that. And like, this is something I do. This is another thing I do. Like when I quilt, I listen to books. I listen to quilt YouTubers. And lately I've been listening to David Guzik from Enduring Word. And I've been listening to his Psalms. So I think I'm on number 8 of that. And then just, yeah, like when I need a break from quilting, this is what I do. So yeah, that's, I know it's not like quilting related, but it's totally like, I don't know. It's my free time. That's my hobby during my free time. So yeah. That's so random. Let's see if I have anything else quilting related though. And I don't think I do. I'm just looking around at all my stuff like, do I have anything else to share? And I really don't, because guys, all I did this week was work on Georgetown and finish that. And like I said, I just was really in my Bible for the weekend because I needed a break from quilting, to let my shoulders and my arms and my hands and my fingers, you know, recover a little bit. So yeah, that's all I got for today. So it's probably going to be a little shorter video. Yeah, just a little bit, but that's all I got. So if you like this video, like, subscribe, leave a comment. I am still planning to do a question and answer when I get enough to do like an hour's worth of Q&A. I will put a video up. It could be in a couple of weeks, it could be in a month or two. It's just a matter of when, you know, when there's enough things of interest that I think people would enjoy watching and getting the answers to. So I think I have responded to all the comments, or at least as many as I could get to. So yeah, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks, and I hope you guys have a great Christmas and a happy New Year. And that's all I got. Okay. Thank you guys. Bye.